Well, I've panic bought lots of tins of plum tomatoes. Brexit rationing is supposed to last until May. No fresh is much better than tinned. I'm seriously considering risking the relationship and putting a grow bag of compost with all the little holes taped up with duct tape on the inside internal window boards behind the tall Regency windows that are facing southeast and southwest. I planted out some supermarket seeds into seedlings and then into compost bags with a little slit in them. And before too long, just like beanstalks, they were climbing like the indeterminate things that they are. Tomatoes are grain cover, they would usually put out roots, but these roots were clinging to the horizontal lines one at a time and holding themselves up without the need for a cane or anything. Before too long they'd grown 2 metres high and completely filled the external windows. Drunk people would walk past in the middle of the night shouting, "Jungle! Jungle!" I don't think they were particularly into Notting Hill Carnival type music of the 1990s. They were referring to the urban greenhouse listed building. No problem with diseases being on the inside. Later on in the year there were a few of those tiny little flying things, but the soil wasn't really exposed, it was just a slit in the bag, so that kept that down. But in true experimental style, I hadn't realised the importance of pruning quite so much. I did, but perhaps a little late. From the flowers you get fruit, from the stem and from the armpit. But if the misguided ones are going to make anything of Brexit at all, this is the level of commitment that is needed from everyone in Britain. Every horizontal little bit of space near the light must be given over to market gardening.
Just amazing, absolutely loved every minute of it. I just loved the sense of community. It was just a laugh a minute and absolutely loved it.
Come here, feel this, it's an experience and it was awesome. Yo-ho!
It was amazing. It was the best day of our life. Like, it was so much fun. I don't know, there's so many trucks came. We thought there wouldn't be very many tomatoes, but there were so many. You're soaked in them. We just came from the river, so we're cleaned off now.
It was really exciting and crazy festival. I'm really happy to attend that one.
Gardening. There's no such thing as pink diesel anymore, red diesel for agricultural use, so farmers have to pay full whack. So there's no greenhouse polytunnel heating system to bring those fruits and vegetables on a bit earlier in Kent. YouTube, I'm not talking about Brexiteers there. Might pass a law that can allow for individualism. There's lots of varieties. Dig for victory and all that. You do get a lot of fruit and you can eat the green ones, fine. Does anyone remember John Prescott and his retaliatory act of violence? Rotten tomatoes are the traditional thing that protesters throw at politicians. Eggs, of course, another popular foodstuff that ruins expensive jackets and dresses and cloys to the hair beautifully, effectively. But there's been an English politician, perhaps a francophile, perhaps a person that loves France. He's suggesting planting turnips instead of tomatoes. Now, the French love a turnip on every restaurant menu, but in Britain we prefer a Swede. Doesn't everyone worldwide, you might say, but turnips are as tasteless as his suggestion that we can eat turnips rather than tomatoes. Tomatoes are fruit and turnips are vegetable for a start. But turnips grow quite sizable and heavy. You may see where I'm going with this. Throwing turnips at a politician of your choice, if you're at a protest against, well, there's so many things to protest against in England at the moment, isn't there? The flag might be changing soon, and the red cross on the Union Jack disappearing with the integration of Northern Ireland with Southern Ireland. Perhaps Brexiteers will be protesting about the change to the flag. Quite honestly, I think it's disrespectful for the Daily Express to be calling Camilla Queen, but they've started out in headlines. Ben Elton's Her Madge doesn't take up any more room.
The battle begins and it's just all out war. You feel possessed in a way.
It really feels like you're in a Mad Max movie or something. Buñol, which is this beautiful little town in Spain. And so La Tomatina started in the 1940s and I wanted to see what it was all about. There is a whole team just hammering you with these tomatoes, and I mean hammering you. And then the battle begins, and it's just all out war. You jump around, you clap and you start chanting along. You feel possessed in a way. That goes on for about an hour. Now at first I thought,
Decades ago, people were actually thrown into jail for participating in the tomato fight. But then the small village of Buñol discovered that this flying ketchup bonanza is good for business. People come here from all over the world and pay money to bathe in the juices.
thank God for that. So immediately after, straight away, the locals are out and they're taking down the tarps and they're getting the big high pressure hoses out, they're scrubbing the walls, and the whole place, the whole town gets involved here.
En una hora, cuando termina la tomatina, en una hora todo se queda limpio, queda todo perfecto.
And they play music in the streets and they start bringing food out onto the streets, and it becomes, you know, a family affair for everyone. So tradition, there's a long line of people waiting to get clean. There's a little waterway system, a little river, and that was quite grubby and dirty.
That is like shit on your face.
But if you just walk a little bit further through a little bush track, you come to this gorgeous, pristine waterfall. The feeling of jumping in there at the end and just washing it all away and revitalising my skin, you just feel incredible. It's great.
What am I gonna get myself in front of?
No one goes to 4-4.
Getting it done.
What are you going to do with the king?
I'm going to choose a line, maybe head out wide to start.
Guys, remember, no one goes to 4-4. Guys, remember, no one goes